Hi everyone. Welcome back to Cabin Crafts and Simple Living. And today I thought I would show you, there's a little bit of a glare, so I'm going to hold it like this. I would show you how to make fake redware. And I did two big plates, and then I've got a small one that I'll paint while we're on the air. But these are just those big terracotta saucers from like Hobby Lobby even has them, Home Depot has them, Lowe's has them. They're the terracotta saucers that your terracotta pots sit in the bottom of. This is the little jack-o'-lantern. Let me hold him back a little bit and so there's a pumpkin plate. And I just went on free clip art on Googled free vintage pumpkin face clip art and pulled him up. And then this one's what we're going to do today, but on a smaller scale. This is a snowman. Now, anybody can do this one. You could do the pumpkin one too. This is really, really simple, very basic, but we're going to do a smaller version of him today. And I've got a smaller terracotta pot. This is what it looks like raw, and you can see that I've painted it. Now, I've showed you this color of paint before. I'm going to lower my thing here, and so we can watch me paint. And it's got a made in Italy stamp on it, but you know, we're just not going to worry about that. The other two had it on there too. But this is that wonderful, let me get it. I thought I had it within reach, but I don't. I took a piece of redware to Lowe's. And you know, Lowe's makes, you know, they have all these, pardon my hands, I've got paint all over them. They've got these color samples. And I took a piece of redware to Lowe's and held it up next to the chips and came up with this color, which is called chocolate cherry. And this is interior, and it is a satin. So I've already base coated this smaller saucer. And you can see where I did. Okay, and now we're going to you're going to need white acrylic paint, black acrylic paint, orange, and pink. That's all you need. And I've got a big bristle brush here, fairly big. You can see in my hand how big it is. And we're just going to follow the inside. Whoops, I just made it wet. I don't want to do that. We're going to follow the inside with our wet paint. And I'm just following the inside edge of the bowl. And we might have to do 2 coats of this. I had to do 2 coats on the other one. And so, obviously, this is not going to be food safe. There's a little bit of dried paint from get that out of there. I'm going to go over this another time, so 1 more coat, so don't worry about some of that. This is not going to be food safe, okay? But what you can use this for, this would be such a cute gift at Christmas. To give somebody a bowl of this full of candy, wrapped candies, or you could even put cookies in it, but just bear in mind you don't want raw food touching this, because this is all it's going to get sprayed with a sealer and all that, and you don't want that on your food. So this is not food safe. And I'm just taking my brush and following the edge of the bottom of that bowl. But anyway, like I said, you don't want to put raw food in this or have food touching this, because this is not food safe. We're going to seal it with, this is what I bought. Now you can buy an off-brand, but this is Mod Podge brand clear acrylic sealer, and it's gloss. Okay, I usually use matte on everything, but for this, redware is usually shiny. I should have brought a piece up to show you, but you've seen redware in my store and on my website. It's usually shiny because of the glaze. So after we get all done with this, we're going to hit it with gloss. Also, I have my handy dandy bry wax. And I'm going to rub bry wax on this. This is light brown. And this is what gave my snowman, pardon my arm, you know, that lovely kind of antique look. And so that gives it a little bit of stain. Now, if you don't have bry wax, and a lot of people don't, and I use it because I use this on wood a lot, in the paint section of your craft store is this Americana brand gel stain. And it comes in all different kinds of colors. This one, I believe, this is walnut. And I think I've got a different color in here, maybe. It just depends on, nope, that one's walnut too. Well, they're all walnut. Anyway, this is a water-based gel stain. And it gives you a little bit of time, and you can see I got this at Hobby Lobby for $1.99. It gives you a little bit of time. It's not going to dry as fast as paint, so you can paint it on here and then wipe it off, and that'll give you a antique look. But we're going to go ahead and do the second coat on our snowman here. And like I said, and you can, even if you don't have fancy paint brushes, you can use a sponge brush or disposable brush, any kind of brush that you just kind of want a big one though, so you can cover a wide area of the plate at one time. Actually, this is more like a bowl, and that's why I like it for. You can put cookies in it. You can put candy in, especially wrapped candy. You wouldn't have to put anything in here if you're going to give it as a gift. But what I would do if you're going to put cookies in here is I would either line it with like some saran wrap if you want people to be able to see the snowman underneath. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Looks pretty good. Because like I said, he's going to get antiqued anyway. So there's that. So there's our base coat. All done with that. The only other tool that I've got some smaller paint brushes. And again, these are things that you can just get at Walmart. But I like to have, you know, a variety of little brushes for lines and things like that. And then for his cheeks, I've got one of my Pouncer brushes. And this probably came from Walmart too. And we're going to have to let the snowman dry a minute before we can proceed. But what I did, if you're not confident of yourself with where to put the eyes and the carrot and stuff, you can draw it on with a pencil once this dries. I'm going to go ahead and go into my black. It doesn't matter that this is not dry all the way, just for the sake of... I'm going to put that Made in Italy down here at the bottom so it'll kind of be where his mouth is. But I'm going to go ahead and do his little coal eyes. And again, you can see his eyes. It's really in the little coal mouth. And I did add a little bit of gray to that, but we can mix the white and black and make some gray. But you just make little rough, daubed eyes. There you go. There's one eye. Because, you know, coal, pieces of coal. Are irregular. That one looks a little bigger than the other one, so I'm going to add a little bit of... There we go. Then we're going to come down, and we'll go ahead and do his mouth. And I always start with one in the middle and then two on each side. And that way I kind of get his mouth straight here. And I'm going to just make them a little bit smaller than the eyes. There's one. And then we'll do two. 3. Then we'll come over here and do that one. And then that one. And while the paint's wet, and I'm not even going to change my brush up, I'm just going to go ahead and daub some of that white on there. And that kind of gives the coal a three-dimensional look. We'll do it down here on his little mouth. Couple spots. There we go. There's a little bit of glare on that. So we're already pretty much almost done. Now all we got to do is do his big carroty nose. So for his nose, I have this color called Terracotta. And remember, I always store my paints upside down in my toolbox so that they're all ready to come out. But this is Terracotta, because I think it's a really good carroty looking color. And we're just going to paint on a carrot. And anybody can paint on a carrot, because carrots are not, you know, they're not perfect. I'm going to go this way because I'm left-handed and I want y'all to be able to see what I'm doing. And we'll probably have to give this a couple coats. And you just squiggle, 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 squiggle. And you can give him a really long nose, or you can give him a short nose. Squiggle, 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 squiggle. And then just fill it in. And I actually like that it gives it some texture by doing the just one coat. Gives it some extra texture. So now what I'm going to do, this is my paint palette. There's my black and my orange. I'm just going to barely take a little bit of that black, and you can see how much I did, and mix it with my carrot color and make it just a little darker orange. And it's not enough, so you can always add more. Maybe just a little bit more. You can always add more, but you can't take away. Well, you could add more of the orange. So I'm going to get some of that off of my brush. And now I'm going to take my liner brush. This is called a liner brush. And I'm just going to get all of the bristles in there. And we're going to outline our carrot with this darker orange. And all you're doing is going around the outside edge. And like I said, this paint is all still wet, and that's okay because it just kind of blends in and makes it look like you've shaded it pretty much. Gives it a three-dimensional effect. But it makes his carrot nose look more real. So now I'm just going to put in the lines in my carrot. There's usually one at the top like this. And then you've got some like that. Just little lines, as our friend Bob Ross would say. There we go. And I'm going to go back into my black. And I'm just going to go back over some of these white dots. that I did. And it really, once you go back on top of the white and the gray with some more black, it really makes it look three-dimensional. And guess what? That's it. You're done. Now all we've got to do, see how fast that goes? And they still sell these even this time of year. All you got to do is go to Lowe's or Home Depot or Hobby Lobby and get a terracotta saucer. They sell the saucers individually, or you can buy them both and then use the little pot, paint a face on it, put some treats in there. And now all this needs to be done is put some dry wax on it and spray it with the gloss paint. And as you can see side by side, I'll try to get them side by side. You see the color difference? Oh shoot, we do have one more thing to do. I forgot his cheeks. Candy. Okay, so I got my sponge brush. And I'm just going to go in. I've just got a little bit of pink paint right there. I'm just going to get some pink paint. Spounce it off. Spounce a lot of it off. Spounce some of it off on my paper towel. And we're just going to give him some cheeks. And there's usually enough on your brush to give you, for you to do both cheeks. And it's very light, so I don't know if you can see it, but he's got rosy little cheeks. So now your snowman really is done. And all I got to do is, when all of that paint dries, then I will dry wax him and then spray him with the sealer. And then we will have a cute little gift plate. And you can, you know, in this day and age when everything is so expensive, handmade's going to really come in handy, y'all. And this is very simple. And like I said, fill it full of wrapped candies. And then, you know, put a little plastic over it and tie a cute bow and give that as a gift. Or line it with some plastic wrap, something that won't absorb through, and then put some homemade cookies in here. And then when your guest gets done and they see that there's actually a plate at the bottom that you can put on a little stand and display as part of your decor. So, and then again, the Halloween one. How cute would this one be? With lots of candy. I'm going to do this. Hold it at a distance, maybe. Put a bunch of Halloween treats in there and give that as a gift to somebody. This is a really large plate. But, or you could make some cookies, Halloween cookies. Another idea for this one is just do a big gingerbread face. And you really wouldn't need to change the color because this is actually a kind of a gingerbready color. So make a gingerbread face and put some treats in there. So I hope you all enjoyed this really quick, easy to do video. We'll put that back there so you can see. And I hope you make some of these. If you do, let me know. Shoot me a picture on my email if you want, sassafrascreek@aol.com. And let me know how they turned out. And the possibilities are endless, as I always say. You can even come up with your own designs. So, happy painting. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.